I'm watching Stranger Things until season 5 comes out, but I have no one to talk to about it. Except from all you guys, so let's jump straight into it. Episode 8, season 2, 10 talking points. And it is 10 talking points, let's go. Talking point number 1, the creatures are at the lab now, and god, there's so many of them. But don't worry, they won't break through that glass. Well, actually, they did. Will has to go to sleep. Mike is so smart. Joyce checks if Will is still in there, and he is just a little bit, because he does remember who Joyce is. Talking point number 2, we finally see Max and Billy's parents, and honestly, we get so much insight to why Billy is the way he is. His dad is a total douche. Talking about number 3, the gang are talking about Dart here. Steve exposed that Dustin lied about Dart and broke the rules, but Lucas also broke the rules, so the Dustin and Lucas kinda needed this bonding moment. But Steve finds something in the bushes. They're heading towards the lab. Talking point number 4, back in the lab, they found an exit, but they cannot get to. Powers out, whole computer system needs rebooted. Hopper volunteers, as naturally the hero does. But speaking of heroes, Bob steps up and being realistic that no one knows basic code to turn that computer back on if they actually got there. Nancy and Jonathan rock up to the lab, and then Steve emerges from the wood with a gang. Talking about number 5, geez, Bob is so brave right now going down there all alone. He made it, he turned the computer on, the power is back. He needs to get out, but Dr. Owens tells him it's not safe to go back up the west stairwell, but he puts on sprinklers. I mean, who even thinks that to distract the beast to make it safe to get up? Dr. Owens doesn't leave, but the gang make it out. Joyce, Hopper, Mike and Will all make it to the entrance. We're now waiting on Bob. Owens is guiding Bob out of there, makes him hide in the closet, and I swear my breath stopped in that moment. I held my breath the same as Bob did. The creature passes by, so he manages to get out, but then the broom falls. He makes it through the doors and sees Joyce and is like, oh, that was a close one. Creature kind of behind. And then, are you kidding me? A creature comes from the other side and just attacks Bob. Nancy and Jonathan then pick them up and tell them to get in the car. Then Hopper's car arrives, picks up the rest of the gang, tells them to get in. Then we get a scene of Bob getting eaten. We didn't need that either. Talking about number 6, we're back at the Byers' house now. Now Hop's trying to call the government, but they don't believe him. Let's just take a moment to actually process what happened to Bob there. Bob was the original founder of the AV Club. Will has his hive mind in him that Mr. Clark spoke about in earlier episodes. And finally, someone pointed out you can't kill these things with guns. But Will know its weakness. Talking about number 7 now is back in the shed where it all started. They're taping that thing up, getting everything prepped. Nancy and Steve are having a moment. Dustin and Lucas are having a moment. Mike and Max were having a moment, but Mike is still being a douche to Max, so that's out the window. Talking point number 8, Will is safely in the shed, all boarded up, so he has no idea where he is. Will is awake in that chair, but that is no longer Will there screaming to let him go. Will is completely gone and detached from the society, but they need to bring him back somehow. They start telling stories about March 22nd, about crayons, how they met. These stories are so touching. Son of a gun, I thought Will was going to come back. Talking point number 9 though, Hop has spotted Morse code. Will is in there somewhere. He's tapped out Morse code to say close the gate. Then the phone rings so he understands where they actually are. Talking point number 10, they are coming. They know exactly where they are. Hop goes to give Jonathan a gun, but Nancy takes it, which I thought was pretty badass. There's a lot of screaming outside. The dogs have arrived, and then one comes flying through the window. Oh my god, it's Elle. Elle's returned. Fantastic. Overall 9 out of 10. On to episode 9.